Welcome to Alert Tales, where we dive deep into the most gripping stories of real-life experiences. If you love tales that evoke emotion, spark conversation and connect us all, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community for more captivating stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. I love my wife and want to be with her more than anyone else. I'm going to suggest we divorce anyway. We don't fight. There's no violence, there's been no infidelity, there's no substance abuse. Our child is happy and healthy. We're financially fairly successful. Neither of us has any serious health issues or gained significant weight. We've been together 15 years. We're great partners and friends. But she doesn't seem to have any interest in me anymore. And it hurts so much. To start, she doesn't like spending time with me. When we do, she normally just stares at her phone. I can't compete with Instagram. She treats hugging me like a chore. At one point, she even had it on a daily to-do app and would hug me, then check it off. It felt bad, like pity hugs, but not as bad as when she decided even that was too much effort. A kiss is something I do to her, or it doesn't happen at all. She seems to have no interest in it. I rarely try anymore. Sex is a laughable idea. The condoms expired with a nearly full box. Of course, it all started after we became parents, but at this point I don't think that matters. For a while, I convinced myself that if I just did more, that she'd finally feel better, have more time and energy to spend time with me, finally come around. But now I do all the cooking, all the cleaning, and most of the parenting. I'm putting the toddler to bed almost every night, not always easy. And when that's finally done, either she's gone to bed already, or she's sitting staring at her phone, with the kitchen a mess that is waiting for me to clean it. I'm exhausted, and it's changed nothing. I tried last week to talk about how it felt like she doesn't like me anymore. She said she just needed more time to herself, to be herself alone. So I said, hey, why don't I take the kid all day Saturday and you just go do stuff and get that alone time? Then after we can do a date night, she was all for this. Fantastic. I had a great day with our toddler. She went out shopping and doing her own thing. I put the kid to bed early because a nap got skipped, and we decided to watch a TV show together. Except she spent the whole time staring at her phone instead. I doubt she could tell me much about what we watched. Occasionally I'd laugh at something funny and she'd have no idea. Fine, okay, she's not liking the show she picked. That happens. I made a suggestion we go back to the bedroom to make out, which is usually a way we suggest starting there and doing more than just make out. She says yes, and for just a moment I got my hopes up. Maybe I'd finally given enough. Every time I kissed her, she started to talk about something she was thinking about, over and over. New topics, just basically demonstrating again and again that she has no interest in kissing me for 15 minutes. Each time I tried to make conversation. We laughed about stuff, discussed what needed to be done this week and so on, but any attempt to restart anything romantic was rebuffed again and again with the same tactic. Oh sure, kissing is fine, but did I mention I bought a really cute shirt for the kid? I gave up. I said I needed to do some chores. She helpfully suggested additional things I needed to get done before bed, and then she went to bed and I went and did chores, then had a beer and then cried. But when morning came, I was at peace with it all. There is no person I want to be in a relationship with more than her. She's my best friend, my partner, a great parent, a genuinely funny person. But I don't want to be in a relationship with anyone that isn't interested in me romantically. Am I being unfair to say that? My need is not to have sex with her. My need is to be with someone that likes kissing me, that wants to have sex with me, someone that isn't bored of me. I can't change how she feels, but I can decide to change a situation that makes me feel terrible and lonely all the time. So I'm going to ask her to either go back to couples therapy or separate, and it's going to suck. Some additional notes. No, there's no chance she's cheating. She's kind of incapable of being anything but brutally honest. It's caused problems in the past. If she was seeing someone else, I honestly think she'd tell me about it, strange as it sounds. Yes, this is my fault as well. I don't communicate enough about how I feel. I put her happiness ahead of my own too much. I'm getting therapy for that and more. I don't think it changes how she feels. I'm writing this for catharsis more than anything else. Your viewpoints are welcome, but I likely won't reply much. My husband said my family's tradition is cultish. I, a 27-year-old female, and my husband, a 29-year-old male, went to Germany for my father's funeral and are still in Germany. He is from America, and I am obviously German. For our family funerals, all the women wear black dresses and black veils, and the men wear more formal clothes, all black. Our more religious family members will get on their knees and pray for them and their soul. Then people will hug the grave as a last goodbye. So for my father's funeral, we did the same thing. My husband looked rather confused during the whole thing, but stayed mostly quiet. When we got to my family home, he took me to our guest room and said it was a little odd, said it reminded him of a cult or something. I'm sure he was joking, but it feels just distasteful to joke about that just as we get back from the funeral. Then later we had a nice meal of roast beef, roast vegetables, side dishes, and a lot of other things. We got back to our room and he joked about it again. I was very concerned and asked if he actually thought that. He laughed and went to shower and went to sleep, and now I'm in the living room exceptionally confused. Does the family tradition sound cultish? Edit. Wow, I didn't expect my issue to gain this many people chiming in. I want to clarify my husband is Italian. We have never lost someone on his side other than very distant relatives, so I've never seen what he and his family do for funerals. He's asleep now. I'll wait until he's awake to talk to him about this more and try to get my feelings across to him. I wish my little sister was still alive. It's November 11th, 2003. I am 8 years old. My mom begins to give birth to my little sister, V. A few days of my mom not being around, and I begin to wonder where she is at. She comes home with my stepfather. She steps into the house and immediately goes into her bedroom and doesn't seem to come out for weeks. I'm old enough at this point to realize something is wrong. I ask my stepdad, where is my little sister? He bluntly tells me, she's dead, and he goes into the backyard for a while. I began to break down and cry. I had chosen out something from a baby store with my mom for her, and I was going to give it to her when she came home. I got angry, and I don't know why. I picked up the toy and threw it out the window and kept crying. It's now your 21st birthday, V. I never knew you, but damn, I miss you like crazy on your birthday every year. I know you'd be so beautiful, way smarter than your dummy older brothers. I would more than likely be getting drunk with you right now, just chatting about how our lives have been and whatever dudes you've been dating, how college is going, and just random things that don't seem to matter. I would have bought you some really nice jewelry as a gift, something you would have really liked. Then at the end of the night, I would have told you how much I loved you and to know you could always reach out to me for anything at any time. Happy birthday, V. I love you and I miss you. I'm so sick of being threatened because I'm a man. This isn't a political post. It's about dating. Why do other men and women, but mainly men, think it's okay to threaten you because you're dating their daughter, sister, or niece? I've had my first girlfriend's uncle give me some shotgun shells and tell me, if you upset her, those will be coming at you a lot faster. It's all bullshit too. No one is going to shoot you if you break up with someone. I understand if you feel protective of your younger female family members, but threatening to hurt someone isn't the way to show it. It just comes across as sexist, that they need a man to deal with their problems. I'm seeing a girl at the moment, and she told me her mum wants me to know that if I hurt her, she's going to cut off my balls with rusty scissors. First off, I'm bigger and faster than you. I'm not letting you get close to me. Second, why do you assume I'm here looking to hurt people? I'm here to find love, my bro. I was pretty pissed off because she just laughed it off, but I told her if her mum ever tried something like that, I'd send the boys round to her house. Definitely an overreaction from me, but I was pissed off that someone thinks it's okay to threaten me like that. Edit. Hey everyone, it's been a few hours since I posted this and didn't expect it to blow up. I usually only come here to find people to talk about rugby with. So to get this response was a bit of a surprise. Thank you everyone that has shared their thoughts and experiences, even the ones who have called me an abuser or sexual predator. I am not either of those things, but I'm truly sorry you've met men like that and that they exist. I feel I should add a bit of context. I live in New Zealand, Aotearoa. Guns are very, very rare and only a small percentage of the population has weapons. I think this was the first time I'd ever even seen shells or bullets. Our police don't even carry around handguns. When my first girlfriend's uncle gave me the shells, I was a freshly turned 18-year-old, covered in pimples and very awkward. I can't believe anyone saw me as a real threat or anything more than an awkward teenager. After he gave me those shells, he was friendly enough and even gave me a beer. But I can't remember anything else from that day but the shells in my hand and all the other men laughing. Putting the bit about this not being about politics was a bit naive of me. We live in a little bubble here in Aotearoa, and it's easy to think the issues of the rest of the world are too far away to matter. I don't think it's ever acceptable to make someone who you have a position of power over feel small. I've met enough men in my life like that to know it's not something I'll accept going forward. It's not something that happens often, these threats, but you remember them when they do, and you remember how you felt when it happened. I'm 27 now, and the woman I'm seeing is 24. I've only been seeing her for a week and we had our first date a few days ago. She was lovely and very funny. I'm not sure if she's seen this, because she stopped replying to my messages a few hours ago. I understand why people worry for their women. There are evil people out there, and just because I know I'm not one doesn't mean they don't exist. Again, cheers to everyone that has read this, and if you have time, watch Once We're Warriors. It's mandatory viewing in Aotearoa, and once you've seen it, you'll understand domestic violence isn't something to joke about.